Hello, fellow star stuff. Hello, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We are back today with some more Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. I really like this menu theme. However, I think it's a little bit loud than the rest of the tracks in the game, so just in case, usually I like to continue the game from here, but I usually like the starting screen on this music because it's so good. I when I'm getting ready and like getting stuff together, I sit here and I just hum the theme. It's really good. Let me go ahead and continue though. So we're continuing from not here, I can tell you that much. From here. All right. Freaking this theme. It's not my favorite, but sure, we can start here. Yes, we are back with some more Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. Last time... what happened last time? I remember distinctly that Coco showed up for a moment and she was like, I'm a ghost, ooh, it's already too late. Don't you know? Don't you know? It's already too late. And Kid was like, it's okay, it'll be fine. He wasn't really asking questions. It was like he was almost in a trance, so to speak. Like he wasn't, I don't know if he's like been in that situation before and like something about it was kind of off and weird, but he turned around essentially and saw Takashi and was like, hey Takashi, look, there's a ghost over here. And well, rather a girl over here. And Takashi was like, what are you talking about? And that's when we realized like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm just crazy then. And we just kind of accepted that. So that was the most distinct part of last stream. Last stream, we also learned a lot about the facility and the layout, particularly from SORA, who, like I said in the Twitch title, is extremely sus to me. She is extremely, very much going to be like, I think, the one who a lot of the plot hinges around, if that makes sense. I don't know if this is like an experiment and this is we're test subjects in here, or like, I don't know what she has to do with it, but something's not right. To be fair, I guess Yu is also culpable in this action of just like hiding the truth, right? So she's not great either, but to be fair, she has her backstory, as we learned last time, that she's looking for her missing father. So anything that she can do to go along with the status quo, whatever helps in her situation, might be best for her. I'm not saying she's good for doing that, you know? It's still frustrating, but at the same time, it's also like, I kind of get it, if that makes sense. Sora, though, is just all sorts of trouble, I feel like. All sorts of trouble. She didn't even join us in the decompressing, like, chamber, you know? Last time. It was like, wait, why isn't she joining us? And it's like, is it because she's been here before? Or like, how is she getting used to this? Is it because she knows this is all fake and we're in the Nevada desert? I don't know the specifics behind it, but we also spent some time, again, just kind of like moving around, learning some more about the general different characters. Takeshi is kind of sus, but not really. He seems to just be a jokester, a prankster. We talked about Yu and her situation. We talked about Sora and her situation. We know the least about freaking, what's her name? Sara. We know the least about her so far. She's very quiet, doesn't want to talk about anything. We talked a little bit to Tsumugi last time as well. Tsumugi said, like, don't trust anyone, not even me, not even yourself. We're all gonna die. Haven't you been here before? I don't know. She was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, okay, all right. But all of it was saying a whole bunch of stuff essentially to say like, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm not going to tell you. So it's like, oh, okay. So that's where we're at right now. Currently, Sora spent the whole overnight looking into, I guess, means of communication, further means of communication. And we're going to follow up with her right now, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm assuming she's going to tell us like, hey, if nobody shows up within 17 days, within 7 days, whatever the time frame is, like, we're all gonna die in here, just to let you know. But she might try and keep that truth from us a little bit further. So otherwise, anything else? I don't think so. There's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of meta gaming narrative, obviously, having the previous experience of like Zero Escape and I, the Somnium Files and whatever, but like for the most part, I'm just kind of along for the ride. pacing slowed down a little bit last time, which is what I wanted, but I think I'm ready to sort of pick up the pace a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what this game is trying to accomplish. There's a lot of dense information in this first part as well, so it's like I can understand why the story would want to slow down a little bit. So, but otherwise, I think we're all set. Let's continue. We got Takeshi up and made for the control room. Sara was next to me. Ahead, you and Takeshi were talking about something as they walked. I couldn't quite make out what they were saying. Eventually, Takeshi slowed down, separated from you, and came back to us. Hey, you got any idea what you's all miffed about? Who knows? You don't have any ideas? If I did, do you think I'd be asking you? You told me look in the mirror, but... Huh? What? That's no fun. When Sara said that, it seemed like Takeshi finally figured it out. He wiped his face with his hand. What's this? He stared at the black ink on the palm of his hand. Ah, damn girl. Clicking his tongue, Takeshi hurried back ahead to you. Sara and I laughed as we watched Takeshi and you exchange words. I feel like it would have been better to somehow... Well, I guess Sora had to pick us up in the first place, but I think that Sora should have had a genuine like reaction to it in front of him and be like, you look so friggin' stupid. And that would have helped drive the point across. Not that well, it's all dumb fun in the end. It's fine. But like, I will say it's like how he really just took the whole bed and was like, yeah, this is mine now. It's like, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Okay. 5:36 a.m. Tsumugi was in front of the control room. She was leaning against the wall with her arms folded and head down. Good morning. Good morning. With our greeting, Tsumugi slowly raised her head. Hey, Tsumugi, where did you go last night? Are you alright? Sora was telling us that when there's a sudden change in air pressure... The bends, I know. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. How? How? Okay. Huh? Something flashed through my mind. It seemed like something about Tsumugi had changed from the day before. Maybe it was a loneliness, but her attitude and way of talking had been toned down. Are you really fine? Yeah. Yeah? I guess. How does that work? Welcome on in, Ginger Lunas. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Twin clone... Twin clone... something... This is... in the... Okay. Let's get inside. She does sound a little bit different though, I can hear it. Now that the game points it out, it's like, yeah, I can hear it. She does sound different. Sara was with us the whole time. She was there the whole time. So we know it can't be her, which is what my theory was, of just like, they're the two that are kind of similar. So never mind. Is it supposed to be... Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to be making theories about it. Let's get inside. Sora is waiting for us. At Tsumugi's urging, Sara and I entered the control room. 5:40 a.m. I'm sorry I had to have you gather so early. There is no other way. Actually, everyone, there is something I need to tell you right away. We're all going to die. Please, tell us. Sora paused for a second. Sora looked over all five of us. You, Sara, Tsumugi, Takeshi, and finally me. All five of us also made me remember the control system, for whatever reason, is glitching out. It keeps jumping between 7 and then 6 and then 5 and then repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So there are 6 people currently, including, right? All 5 of it, yeah. There are 6 people currently, and then 7 would include Coco. But it seems like it's not counting a person, which I'm assuming it's not counting Kid because of whatever Kid's circumstances are. The cooling fan whirled away in the silence. Occasionally, the sound of metal on metal rang through the room. The five of us waited on Sora's next words. Last night, after the four of you, apart from Komachi-san, entered the pressurization chamber, I was in the control room here, thinking about ways to escape or contact the outside. And while I was checking the internal status of Limu, I discovered something. You found a way to escape? No. Then a way to contact the outside? Not yet. Then what did you figure out? I discovered the amount of pressure the bulkheads can withstand. I found their limits. Saying that, Sora turned her eyes to the side of the console. In the darkness, a three-dimensional image of Limu sprung up. Pressure bulkhead? What? I mean Limu's walls, the partitions between the outer seawater and inner air. We needed the enhance. Enhance! Further! Okay. What do you mean when you say you found the limit? Like I said yesterday, Limu is a structure basically constructed on a saturation diving specification design. In other words, the internal air pressure equals or is greater than the external water pressure. However, the complex's internal air pressure is currently at 1 atmosphere. Therefore, Limu's outer shell is constantly being subjected I can read to severe water pressure. These are the most difficult sections to voice, because there's a lot of 428 Shibuya Scramble had some police jargon and whatever else, but this is really it's technical in a way that I don't particularly think too much about the sea. Personally, I don't think too much about deep sea diving and stuff like that, so it's I don't think I've ever had to say these words out loud ever. So it's kind of difficult, but they're explaining it in a way that makes sense. Yeah, correct. But Limu is not constructed to endure the situation for a longer period of time. Inevitably, it will at some point reach its limit. Well put, Tanaka-san. So when is this limit? According to Limith's calculations, in 119 hours, or 5 days from now, right? Okay, so... Oh, that was Tsumugi, sorry. Not Sora, but Tsumugi. Okay, so we have 7 days. 7 days. I wonder why they call it Ever 17, though. We stared in tandem at Tsumugi. You are well informed. Did you look that up in the security office terminal? It is exactly as Komachi-san says. The estimated time of implosion is approximately 4:30 a.m. on May 7th. Yeah, Never 7 took place, sorry, the first week of April. Sorry. I was like, was it also May? No. Of course, it is only a calculation, and there is an error, a margin of error. This would be freaking me out, I will say. What do you mean margin of error? We could die earlier than that? I mean, obviously, of course, but still, if I were in this situation, wouldn't be fun. Plus or minus 12 hours. Is that the margin of error? That is correct, but that pushes us into silence. It seemed like everyone was lost in thought. We knew for sure that we were in serious trouble. Sora's words had shaken us a bit. But 5 days sounded like a long time, and it really didn't register with me. I kept thinking that a rescue team would arrive at any time. Surely, if people were outside and actually cared about us, they would also be aware that hey, they only have a general estimation of maybe less than a week. So we need to get there immediately. If they were looking for us, I don't think they are, for whatever reason. So I really didn't feel like it was worth worrying about. Hey, Sora? Can I summarize what you said just to make sure I got it? At 4:30 a.m. on May 7th, the walls of Limuth will reach the limit of the pressure that they can handle. But that might happen at 4:30 p.m. on the 6th, or 4:30 p.m. on the 7th. Is that right so far? Yes. I wonder why they're also giving a margin of error, because Presumably, if we're doing different timelines and we're focusing on different girls, presumably no matter who we focus on, unless maybe Sora has like a secret technique or whatever, generally it's gonna explode around the same time. The same time every time, so we don't really need to, us as the player, we don't really need to worry about it. Yes. So, doesn't that mean the opposite is also true? I mean, at the worst, Lemith will last until 4:30 p.m. on May 6th. So until then, we have nothing to worry about. We can't be absolutely certain that we will be safe. But judging from the results of Lemith's calculations, that would appear to be the case. Oh, so that's it. So as long as help comes by the 6th, then we're okay. I see. So if you had said we only have one more day or something, I might have burst out crying. So we still have lots of time, don't even worry about it, guys. I'm sure someone will come to help us before that. The tension in the air broke, and sighs of relief could be heard around the room. Tsumugi, having gotten the information somewhere before us, was smiling to herself smugly. Would the old Tsumugi ever do that? It was 5:50 a.m. Takeshi gave a large yawn. There is no way that Koko and Tsumugi are clones, twins, whatever the case. There is no way. And there's no way they could pull that off. I don't believe it. So I don't... What's that about? Takeshi gave a large yawn. 6:26 a.m. Sada and I sat cross-legged on a bench in the rest area. The floor was covered with water. That was good. I'll say. We had just polished off the fried tuna sandwiches that Takeshi had made for us. As for the other four, Sora was, as usual, cooped up in the control room and trying to make contact via Lemith. She can't be faking this. Like, she can't fake our deaths and the fact that we're all gonna implode. And also, I don't think she would be down here if she thought, like, genuinely, hey, we were gonna die, right? So, there's also that. It doesn't really make sense to say, like, oh, we're in the middle of the Nevada desert and Sora is behind everything. It could be that we're in the middle of the Nevada desert, but she can't be behind everything if that was the case, right? Tsumugi had vanished without saying where she was going. Takeshi had gone to deliver sandwiches to Sora and Tsumugi. Yu was changing clothes. Apparently, she had spilled something on them while eating. Fortunately, her normal clothes were safe in the changing room in the dry area. Hey, I'm full now. Why don't we play a game? I feel like we haven't spent any time with you. Supposedly, you're supposed to be the person of my life, or of Kid's life, rather, but we haven't spent any time with you. A game? Yeah, the Yamanote line game, or word game. I know. Rock, paper, scissors, charades. We play, and the winner gets to choose something. And then the loser has to mimic it, okay? I didn't agree to it, okay. Ready? Rochambeau. Come on, put your hand out. I haven't said I'm going to play. And what is Rochambeau? It's what you say when you play rock, paper, scissors. You liar. Don't trust anyone. And as to whether or not you're going to play, you are. Okay. And who said you could decide? Be quiet. Now let's play. Not doing anything is boring, right? Oh, all right. I knew he would go along with it. I knew it. That's more like it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Rochambeau. I chose paper, and Sada picked scissors. I won! So, I pick salmon. Salmon? You mean like a fish? Yep. So, let's see it. Salmon. I opened and closed my mouth like a fish, gyrating my hips around and doing my best to become a salmon. Sada was laughing and holding her stomach. It looked like I had been a good salmon. Alright, now I'm warmed up. Let's go again. Ready? Rochambeau. I chose scissors, and Sada picked paper. I lost. Don't give me a weird one, okay? Please, please. I decided to make her act like a choice. Yup. Mickey. I definitely saw that as I was bringing up the menu, and I saw Mickey Mouse. I was like, what? Okay, let me go ahead, save again. I can technically save over this. I was supposed to save over here. I did not do that. It's okay. Let's just make a new one just in case. I decided to have her act like Minnie Mouse. Caesar, you, a spoiled baby. Probably you. I decided to have her act like you. I choose for you to act out you. By you, do you mean Nakyo? I realize also sometimes when I think when she's speaking directly to... Sorry, I have like the voice volume a little bit down, so I don't always hear, but she refers to her sometimes as senpai. Yup. What? That's easy. Easy. Okay, here I go. I am Tanaka Yu, the 7th leader of the Crimson Motorcycle Gang, the baddest group of the Kanto hooligans. You is... that? Well, just the other day. What? What do you mean just until just the other day? She was never like this. I'm having a weird... Are we swapping bodies? What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. She was never like that. Now she seems to be leading a normal, decent life. I see. And then... What are you doing? Oh, okay. You have a new outfit. Look at that. You appeared in her change of clothes. Is the orange like together with the red a good combination? I think they should be good combinations. I don't know anything about color theory. I'm just looking at this and being like, do I prefer the other outfit? Yeah, it's fine. You appeared in her changed clothes. We're playing rock, paper, scissors charades. You're playing rock, paper, scissors charades? That sounds fun. Can I play? Sure. Sada explained the rules to you. Okay, I got it. Alright then, let's play. Ready? Rochambeau. Just then. There we go. And not and then, but just then. The lights illuminating the room started to flicker. Instinctively, I looked to the ceiling. Listening carefully, I heard a sound like the rumble of thunder far away. What could that be? Tiny waves formed in the water pooled on the floor. The walls and ceiling trembled slightly. Metal screeched on metal. No, it couldn't be. Couldn't be what? Keep up, kid! Doesn't that sound a lot like when the water flooded in yesterday? The blood appeared to drain from the faces of you and Sada in the flickering light. Immediately after that, darkness blanketed us. Uh-oh. Like I said, if I were in this situation, I'd be freaking out. It's just, it could not be me. The tremors and sounds stopped, but an eerie silence filled the air. Only the emergency lights glowed dimly. A blackout? It's a blackout. What about everybody else? Where are Takashi, Tsumugi, and Sora? Tsumugi and Sora. Well, where is Tsumugi? Sada and I shook our heads in the darkness. Anyway, let's go looking for Kuranari and Tsumugi. And Sora? Sora is... Let's not worry about her for now, said the most suspicious person in the room, okay? What? I'll tell you later. What? Looking for those two is our top priority right now. You started running. Sada and I followed her without knowing what was going on. 6:34 a.m. In front of the control room. The power was out, so the door didn't open automatically. You pulled the lever next to the door and opened it manually. The three of us went inside. Kuranari! Tsumugi! If you're there, then answer! This was the control room, right? out, so then she's not in here. I guess she probably went into the compression chamber finally. You called into the darkness. For real, she's so sus. She is. What is she doing? I don't trust anything that she says. It's her and somehow SORA in cahoots. Somehow, some way. I wonder why she only called out for Takeshi and Tsumugi. SORA! SORA! I called out to SORA, but there was no answer. SORA should have been here. I wonder where she went. You had picked up a flashlight at some point. I imagined she had gotten it somewhere in the control room. You turned it on. A white circle of light appeared on the wall. You shined the flashlight left and right, lighting up all corners of the room. The electrical system was completely down. Like an abandoned castle, there was no sign of warmth left. There was clearly nobody there. It doesn't seem like there's anyone here. We left the room. Can you carry this? You handed me the flashlight and shut the control room door. Just then, splash, splash, splash. We heard the sounds of someone running toward us through the water. After a short while, the two figures emerged from the darkness. Oh, Takeshi! Tsumugi! Takeshi and Tsumugi approached, walking through the water. Hey, have you seen SORA? I thought she was in the control room. It was empty. Really? Takeshi used the manual lever to open the door. He looked inside. Do you have a flashlight? Yeah, thanks. Did I read that correctly? Oh, do you want a flashlight? Sorry. There we go. Yeah, thanks. Takeshi took the flashlight, turned it on, and went into the room. Jeez, where would SORA go at a time like this? I think maybe she's gonna use the excuse of, hey, I was in the decompressurization room. Don't even worry about it. But like, all of the power is out, right? There's no point in being in there. Yeah? I'm not sure. Takeshi said that when he emerged from the control room. So, what are we going to do? You said that calmly. It had been a series of emergencies since the day before. Maybe we were all completely used to it. In any case, none of us were freaking out. For now, all we can do is split up and look for SORA. In this darkness, I would never split up, no. Without SORA, we won't be able to know why there's been a blackout. Yeah, SORA knows more about Limu than anyone. SORA. Hmm? Maybe it's time. Since it's come to this, I'll tell you. I don't think we'll find SORA even if we look. Why? Huh? What? Why not? I can't tell you the reason. Okay. There's something you should hear from SORA herself. People are blinking in and out of existence, and it's not Kid at all. It has nothing to do with Kid. It's her and Coco. Anyway, just take my word for it. I don't sound crazy. If everyone takes your word for it, there's no way. How I told everyone, hey, by the way, I saw this girl, and Takeshi says you didn't, but like I swear I saw her. She was there. You don't have to worry. SORA is just fine. And she'll come back for sure. Come back? You ignored my question. I see. So what are we going to do? I think we should try the generator room. The generator room? I figured that the cause of this blackout is trouble in the generator room. That reminded me of something SORA had said the day before. Limu didn't receive any power from the outside, but had an in-house generator system. There was a thermal seafloor vent where hot water was pumped out of the seabed. There we go. And heat from that was used to operate the generator. Tsumugi, you'll come along, won't you? Sorry, but I'm not up for it. Who are you? Huh? I'm not going. If you want to go, be my guest. Saying that, Tsumugi left. It didn't look like it would be any use calling after her. Jeez, I have no idea what's going on in that girl's head. I'm trying to think, because this is a very common plot device, and not particularly because I think stories tend to handle it very well. I'm trying to think, because they usually don't. But I'm thinking like in the direction of like if it could also possibly be a split personality, or something like that, or something of that nature. I mean, I guess possibly it could. Because I don't know when we would get a body double, but I'm trying to think if, like, in Zero Escape or either Somnium Faust, if there was ever something like that, and it's like, no, no, I don't think so, unless I'm forgetting someone. I think this... I would be more inclined to believe it's like a body double or something. Oh well, the four of us will have to go. Nakyu, where is the generator room? The generator room is here, in Dritter Stock. Alright, let's get a move on. You, can you lead the way? Takeshi started walking towards the corridor. Hey, Kuranari, where do you think you're going? Where? To the generator room, of course. It was your idea to start with, right? And just how do you intend to get there? Huh? By walking through the corridors, dummy. Oh, please. You really don't get anything, do you? I guess that's around the Sector 4 area, or whatever sector we were talking about. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, you. I don't think I get it either. Me neither. You guys don't remember the map of Limu we saw yesterday? Map? Map. Oh, you mean the 3-story map that was split into two areas. Oh, that's right. You remember it too, Kuranari? Did I skip something there? Hold on. No, I did not. I can't say I remember it exactly, but kinda, yeah. And what was between those two areas? Between them? How am I supposed to know? For no reason at all, also, where was... I can't remember. Where was the Himmel door? Could the Himmel door somehow be like a center room, and then like it connects to all sectors, perhaps? And also maybe upwards as well? Between them? How am I supposed to know? I don't think there was anything. Yeah. Bingo. Meaning what? The two areas are divided by a block which is now underwater. So, what do you think is the answer? Alright, you, listen here, buddy. We can't go directly from the control room area to the generator room area. Besides, the emergency stairs of one of those areas was also flooded. So what? Oh, I get it. To get to the generator room's area, we have to access the second floor. And the only way we can do that is by using the neutral buoyancy elevator. I see. I see. Okay. So actually, a floor up. Correct. So we have to go to the elevator, the entrance to the neutral buoyancy elevator. That's right. Now that you've got it, let's get going. Ready, set, go. Nin nin ninja. Sada took a bizarre kung fu pose and started spinning like a top. Okay, whatever she wants to do. I have no idea what she was trying to do, but okay. Before going for repairs, we had to secure tools. When the four of us ascended from Zweiter Stock, we stopped by the warehouse first. Fortunately, we found the tools we needed right away. Pliers, a spanner, screwdriver, hammer, and a small welding machine, etc., etc. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in her sleep. She's so loud. Oh my gosh. We packed all of the tools we imagined we might need into a toolbox and headed for the neutral buoyancy elevator. 7:05 a.m. The neutral buoyancy elevator A. A meant egg in German. Alright. It was also a literal take on the egg-shaped elevator that traveled up and down rails into the ocean on the side of Limu. Ah, okay. Okay, I'm understanding the layout more. I see. A ballast tank was attached to the floor. So this is the center then? This has to be the center of the thing and not whatever I was saying with hemo. It would take in or release seawater from the tank as necessary to increase or reduce buoyancy, making the I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Buoyancy, making the elevator rise or sink. Once we were inside, we sealed the watertight doors on the Limu side of the elevator. All we had to do was release the lock connecting us to Limu, and the egg would sink away. You pulled the operating lever next to the door. Nothing happened. What's going on? We're not sinking at all. No, it doesn't seem like it. Do you think it's because the power is out? No, the A elevator is a neutral buoyancy elevator, so it basically doesn't require outside power. But it does need power for the intake and release of water. For the ballast tank. This is the only time it needs power. But we're in a blackout right now. So there's no way to control the ballast valve. Is that a problem? Yes. Oh, great. That means we can't move this thing at all then. Stupid, that's wrong. Are you supposed to be a college student? Okay, is in college, confirmed. Well, excuse me, princess, so put this in terms I can understand. Professor, I know. All right, Matsunaga-kun. In order to use buoyancy to rise or sink, the weight of the elevator must exceed buoyancy for the object to sink, or vice versa. That's correct. You figured it out too, kid, right? I got it. I don't understand. Honestly, if nothing else, I am so grateful to be streaming this because I'm glad to be able to replay things. I mean, to be fair, if I were playing this on my own, I would just probably reread lines over and over again until I got it. But I've also just been watching the VOD back sometimes when complicated explanations come up, and I'm just like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. I am going to do a little thing called saving, and then I'm also going to do a little thing called lying. I got it. Yeah, you mean the Archimedes principle, right? That I can totally say? The buoyancy of a submerged object is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the object. Right now, the buoyancy of the elevator is exactly balanced with the elevator's weight. So if we make the elevator heavier, it will outweigh the buoyancy, and so the elevator will sink, right? Wow, good work, you two. What brains. You patted our heads as she praised us. Smart girl. Not like some other people here. Alright, whatever. So, the reason that A won't sink yet is that it's not heavy enough, right? Yes, we need to find something heavy. We split up and went in search of things we could use as weights. And several minutes later... Takeshi was carrying a massive planting pot. Heave ho, heave ho. You brought a plaster ornament. And I bought a magazine holder and a bunch of magazines from the security office. And Sara... Pull. Sara, that's... What in the name of... Sara was dragging a massive tuna. Okay, what happened to that? It was in the corridor over there. I guess it probably washed out from the kitchen fridge during the flood. It's a little cold, but it's okay, right? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, this is definitely the silliest game to have ever existed. Look at this. Look at this. You brought this all by yourself, by the way? Wait, you're strong. What the heck? Okay. So the four of us packed ourselves into A and headed down to Dritterstock holding a frozen tuna. A began to descend ever so slowly. Peeking through the window into the blue, we could see the outside of Limu. The blue gradually got darker, and the steel bulkhead appeared to move farther away upward. Why are we not in this scene? We were silent during that time. What was there really to talk about? No, actually, you did say one thing. Hey, wasn't catching dolphins for food banned in some international treaty? It seemed like you was having trouble with the difference between a dolphin and a tuna. You. No one tried to answer her. I decided not to think about anything. I'm just gonna ignore that. Alright, I guess we made it down. Dritterstock Sector 7 was another area sealed off because of flooding. I'm pulling up my graph. Ow, sorry, hit the microphone. I'm pulling up my graph. Where Dritterstock. Oh, I see. So the infirmary, sorry. The infirmary is yeah, the infirmary is in Dritterstock. Sorry. Did I get my stuff wrong? It says control room. Is it a different control room that was there? Maybe it's a different control room. Perhaps. I put, like, the control room is on Dritterstock area, but I think it's actually on Dritterstock. Okay. Anyway, I understand now. I understand. We did all of this to get to Sector 4. Or rather, Sector 7, sorry. Dritterstock Sector 7 was another area sealed off because of flooding. That was where we got off. Once one of the four of us holding the tuna got off, A lost baggage and floated upward to Dritterstock again. Oh no, what do we do? We can't get back now. No problem. There's one more A. I checked and it stopped on this floor. So we have to make it lighter though, right? Which means we have to leave this tuna here. We have to leave the giant tuna here. Oh, that surprised the heck out of me. Actually, why is it stopped here? Shouldn't it also float back up? Well, if there wasn't another one, there'd be no way the four of us would ever come down here. You sure? You seem pretty petrified with fear yourself. Zip it. I don't want any more lip from you. Alright, enough of that. Let's get going. 7:32 a.m. We put the frozen tuna down and began walking toward the generator room. This side of the area was also inundated with water from the flood. It was still bathed in darkness. Blue light from the surface dimly pierced through the small round windows, making wave-like shadows on the floor. The four of us relied on that and our flashlight as we proceeded deeper and deeper into the complex. Hey, wait up! When we turned a corner, we heard Takeshi call out from behind us. What are you doing? Hurry up! No dawdling or we'll leave you behind. Shouldn't dawdling. This toolbox weighs a ton. Looking back, there was Takeshi with a toolbox on the floor, breathing hard. Jeez, give me a break. Kid, give him a hand. Alright. I hurried to where Takeshi was. Takeshi, I'll help you. Thanks. Take it from that side. Okay. The two of us took the toolbox from both sides. Thanks. I thought my arms would fall off carrying it all alone. Quite exaggerating. Oh, Takeshi, watch out! There's a bump sticking out there. Whoa! That was close. That wasn't your voice. That was close. Takeshi was just able to right himself. That surprised the heck out of me. I just about fell down. Glad you noticed that, kid. It being so dark and everything, good job. Huh? You really think it's dark because I'm a robot and I can see in the dark? And I mean, I can't understand why you wouldn't be able to see in the dark. Okay. Alright. Takeshi, maybe you've got bad night vision. Could be. What is it that causes that? Lack of vitamin A or something? I hate liver and carrots. You shouldn't be so picky. 7:44 a.m. Finally, as we caught up with you and Sara, we reached our destination. Dim yellow and black stripes appeared ahead. This is it? This is the generator room? There was a plate with information on the front of the door, but it was too dark to read. I'll take a look. You reached toward the door handle. Wait a second. Instinctively, I grabbed Yu's arm. What is it? Takashi and Sara stared at me questioningly. What's the matter? The thing is... I couldn't find the words to reply. I wondered why I had said what I said. I really didn't know. Yet somehow... If you don't know what's going on inside, don't you think it might be dangerous just to open up the door? I was just rattling off what popped into my mind. Maybe we had died here in a previous timeline or something? A previous timeline? If there were other timelines. I'm just thinking about timelines in the context of like, hey, there's a timeline where you end up with, or you're focused on you, and there's a timeline where you're focused on Sara, but maybe there's like more timelines than we're privy to, or maybe you just have the knowledge because you're part of the machine. I don't know. No, I hadn't even thought it. It just seemed to jump from my throat before anything else. Kind of like when you snap your hand back after touching a hot stove. I just reflexively blurted it out. What do you mean? You wasn't buying it. I took my hand from Yu's arm and searched for words. At that moment, it's kinda like this. If a pipe carrying hot water burst, then the room could be full of hot steam. Sara took up the slack in my explanation. Oh, I see. While I sensed danger, I couldn't express into words what that might be. The three of us nodded, satisfied. Okay, let's give it a try. Takeshi touched his hand to the wet floor. He went and placed his damp fingers on the ground. The droplets sizzled, evaporating away. It's true. It was just like Sara had said. Wow, that was pretty sharp, kid. Yeah. I replied, but I hadn't really known it would be dangerous either. The one who had known was a separate someone inside of me. That someone had simply borrowed my voice. Well, it can't be me because I didn't know. I was totally down with opening up the door, so it couldn't have been me. What had happened was so strange that it made me feel out of place in my own skin. Anyway, with things as they stand, there's no going inside. Ah, shoot. I'll say. First off, let's close off all the valves for the pipe sending hot water to the generator room. If we stop the flow of hot water, then steam should stop flowing to the room. Valves? What are those? Where are those, rather? In the room next door. Down one more corridor that way. It won't require that many people. Just me and one more person to help. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? Kuranari? Hey, what's wrong with me? It's just, if we're alone, I'm afraid that you'll do something. That's... maybe I should help. Yeah, you should, Sara. I believe in you. Oh no, that's okay. Mayo, you wait here. Hey, kid, what are you gonna do? Me? I have no clue. I'll wait here with you, I guess, and well, no, not you, but you. with Sara. And I guess I'll be on her route a little bit. Or I can help you. And then I'll be on Yu's route a little bit. I personally am going to... first of all, save as always. Alright. I personally would like to stay here with you. Not with you. Not with you, but with Sara, honestly. I don't think... Well, if I join you... Maybe she's going to say, like, hey, by the way, there was this thing I wanted to tell you about, like, Like, by the way, it was this thing. The whole situation with Sora, right? Maybe that? I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. I'll wait here. I'll wait here. So, what are we gonna do? Oh, well, I guess I'll have to make do with Kuranari. Jeez, you're a piece of work. Can't you let your real feelings show? Don't be getting any strange ideas. You do and I'll knock you down, got it? Take it easy. There's no way I'd try something on you, even by mistake. When the two of them disappeared at the far end of the corridor, they were still going at it. Those two... Yeah? I don't know, but I think they make a pretty good couple, don't you? Not really, honestly. Not really at all. So... Tsumugi obviously is connected. I don't know if you can be on the roots of just any girl. I think they're, like, distinctly separated, right? So I think Sara, for example, is distinctly a kid root. And I think, well, I know Tsumugi, for example, is distinctly a Takeshi root. So I'm guessing, even though I thought for sure Yu would be a kid root, I'm guessing Yu is actually a Takeshi root. I think probably Sora then. Sora is probably a... Really? I don't know who Sora is. Let's put that aside for now. Coco, for sure, at least, is definitely a kid root, for example. I don't know. I think they make a pretty good couple, don't you? I think so. Yeah, Nakyu is the kind of person who tells people she likes what she really thinks. She speaks her mind. Takashi kind of seems like that, too. I wasn't sure why, but somehow I was a little jealous of you and Takeshi. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't open up to anyone like that. I had nothing to share. After a while after the two of them had disappeared, Sara and I hadn't spoken another word. Kinda awkward. I was hoping we might chat a little bit. The two of us just leaned against the wall and stared into the darkness. I was desperately trying to think of a way to break through the wall that had formed between us. Sara, how old are you? Finally, the words tumbled out of my mouth. Where did that come from? I thought I told you. I don't think so. I'm a junior. I'm 16, and I was born January 21st. Oh, and I'm an Aquarius. I didn't ask for the last part, but okay. It's conversation fluff, so sure. Sara recited it so smoothly, like she might be like she was the one singing a song. I got there eventually, it's okay. I was 70% of the way there. And you, kid? I didn't know. When I tried to remember, it was like my mind would fog over. I couldn't get close to it. It was like a mirage in the desert. I wonder how old I am. You don't know that either? Nope. That's kind of sad. Yeah. But maybe it's good in a way. What do you mean? Well, maybe it was something you wanted to forget about. Just kidding. Sara's expression relaxed into a silly look. What? Don't scare me like that. Sorry. I know. Maybe if I chopped you down, we'd find out how old you are. Huh? You know, maybe you've got rings like a tree stump. For some reason, my eyes strayed to the palms of my hands. In the dark, Kid took it so seriously. That is one thing that he will always do, is take everything very, very seriously. But I kind of prefer it that way. In the darkness, only dimly illuminated by the emergency lights, my fingers appeared to glow slightly white. Oh yeah, the white blood. Yeah. What about that? What about that? I still didn't know what had happened to my finger. Your finger. Oh, okay. Sara grabbed hold of my finger. I will also, I guess, get this just in case, but I love the visual of them bringing in the tuna. This one. Do you know me, perhaps? Do you, by chance, know that I'm a robot? Do you know that? Muttering that, Sara grabbed my finger. It was so sudden that it put me at a loss for words. In the darkness, Sara whispered words like she was confirming something as she gripped my thumb. I like this track that's playing right now. That's all I want to say. It's really, really good. Moon Sprite, shouldering a long bow, waiting inside a dream. Are you like palm reading or whatever? What does that mean? Sara just shook her head. There was no sign that she was going to answer me. She just murmured the words like a spell or nursery rhyme as she gently held my thumb. A moon sprite. I wondered why Sara had suddenly grabbed my thumb. Still, I didn't have any urge to pull it away from her. I just remained aware of my thumb. As I remained aware of my thumb, I searched for an answer from Sara's slightly sweaty, warm palm. Thanks for waiting! We're here to ruin the moment! Or whatever she was going on there. I mean, it was pretty awkward. She didn't seem like she was gonna elaborate, so you know what? Thank you. That gives me... Okay, that tells me, yes, the endings are probably 90% sure that they're probably gonna be romantic in some sense. I don't know. Something about that. I think we'll be okay now. It was a hassle looking for the valve, but... With the two of them back, Sara finally released my thumb. In the darkness, I couldn't make out Sara's expression very well, so suddenly you can't see. The area around her mouth pulled down slightly in a sad motion. Warmth lingered around my thumb. I didn't know why, but I hesitated to wipe the warmth away and gently inserted my hand into my pocket, leaving my thumb extended. With that, we had been able to shut off the hot water flowing to the generator room. Even so, on the other side of the door, it was still hot enough to scald. The four of us waited outside the generator room until we could be sure that the temperature inside had cooled off enough. All right. Well, with that, I think it's about time for the first break of the stream. Good on me for remembering that I have to take breaks. Very important. All right. So... if I had to throw out a guess there, I'm guessing we're currently on the Sara route. If I had to guess. And I don't mind that as much. I just, more so than any... When I was playing Never 7, it was very much about, like, if I were Makoto, which girl would I want to go for? And then it just kind of, from there, we just, like, went for the roots of all the girls. This game is not about any of that for me. I just want to know what's happening. I don't really care who it is, but it's like... Sara is not a bad choice, I don't think. Sara probably doesn't have a lot of answers regarding... like, the same answers that Sora would have, essentially. She doesn't have those answers. But still, I feel like she knows something. So it's like, I still would want to know. But let me go ahead, save just in case, and then... let's go over to burp screen. All right, well, if you are here, it's time for the first break of the stream. Stretch, get some water, all the good stuff. I will be right back in 3 minutes. See you then. Alrighty, I am back. Let me go over to game screen. Alrighty, and continuing, if I can do this in a way. Okay, cool. That didn't bother it. Um, when we thought the time had come, we timidly opened the door. It was like opening the door to a public bath. A cloud of steam hissed out of the door. The heat inside just about defied imagination. The air in the steam-filled room was heavy and stuck to the skin. Inhaling felt like swallowing globs of sticky hot steam. I've only ever been in a sauna like once or twice or so. But yeah, that's how I felt when I was in there as well. I was like, it wasn't, I don't know, like, I get it, like, it's probably very good for the skin, and it's like, it's just like not a feeling that, or a sensation that I'm used to. Inhaling felt like swallowing globs of sticky hot steam. Takashi was opening and closing his mouth like a fish out of water. Isn't it hard to breathe? Stop pointing out the obvious. Talking about it just makes it worse. Nakyu, let's just do what we have to do and get out of here. All right, let's divide up what we have to do and be efficient about this. I'll be over here. Kuronari, can I get you to go over there? Kid, I want you to... And so we got to work fixing the generator. The generator that really Sora should be fixing, let's be real, because she knows all about this. But again, you was like, hey, well, she's not really here. We'll never see her again. Well, oh well. And we just accepted that. Takashi and you tackled the main work. There was hardly anything for Sara and myself to do, as we knew squat about machines. We functioned as assistants, shining flashlights, handing over tools, loosening valves as instructed. After a while, we succeeded in repairing the generator. It was just like Sara had said. The cause of the blackout was the opening of the safety valve due to the drop in air pressure. When pressure from the steam becomes excessive, the valve automatically opens to release the gas and prevent damage. Normally, after a release of surplus gas, the valve is designed to shut naturally, but we're only at 1 atmosphere. Because the safety valve never closed, the steam continued leaking. Anyway, that's the gist of the explanation. 10:21 a.m. We left the generator room and went to the pipe room. There, we opened the valve we had closed before the repairs. And we returned to the generator room. So, should we try to fire it up? Takashi whispered the question as we stood in front of the generator switch. Turning it on. Sara, you and I nodded silently. You ready? Just do it. Pipe down, kid. Let's start the countdown. We don't need to do a countdown. Gosh darn it. 50 seconds to... Huh? From 50? 45 seconds to... Takashi continued, ignoring her. We're gonna be in a super serious situation. It's just Sigma, man. We're gonna be in a super serious situation. Everyone's gonna be like, gosh darn it, Takashi, just push the button. We could be dying. Kuronari, that's too long. 40, 39, 38. It was irritating. 37, 36, 35. So irritating. 34. Click. All 3 of us except Takashi pushed the button. Hey, what are you doing? We still have 34 seconds to go. Shut up, Takashi. Nobody wants to wait 34 seconds. Somebody had to push it. You guys can't even wait a little more than a simple 30 seconds? Friggin' Zoomers these days, man. Shut up, Takashi. Why wait? Anyway, this is kind of like a ritual. Anyway, this is very important. Ah, God, the light. The lights. I think in the settings, that just brought back a memory. I believe in the settings that there was a option to turn on and off flashing lights. I remember seeing that when I booted up the game for the very first time. So if it ever at some point we're in a situation where flashing lights becomes very egregious, then I will go to the settings and turn that off. But otherwise, just for like the full authenticity factor, I guess I want to leave them on. But do be mindful about that during the playthrough. The lights, sorry, kind of a late reaction, just like, do be mindful of that. I apologize about that. I should have brought that up beforehand. The lights lit up all at once. The light poured down, illuminating even the corners of the room. It was like our field of vision expanded in an instant. Right, sorry, I remember. So the other egg elevator should be powered now, I believe. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize. I was like, wouldn't it just stay there too? But no, it should be good now. 17. What? The lights came on within 17 seconds left in the countdown. Ever 17 of the countdown? Okay. What are you talking about? You don't understand? The power came back on within 17 seconds left to count. Oh, I see. I understood what she was saying. You mean that if we had pushed it at 17 seconds, it would have been just right? Yeah. Ever 17? So always push buttons knowing that you'll have enough time, knowing that you'll have 17 seconds of time for anything to react. That would have been something. I wasn't sure if Takashi was over his anger, but he shouldered the heavy toolbox and left the room. 10:50 a.m. We retraced our path until we were in front of the neutral buoyancy elevator. The frozen tuna's empty eyes were waiting for us. The elevator we had used coming down to Zvederstock had already floated up to Zvederstock. There we go. But to the left, the floor display was lit up with a number 3. I see it, yeah. This is heavy. Takashi groaned as he put the toolbox on the floor of the elevator. You sound like an old man. Shut up. I am an old man compared to you. While they needled each other, I pushed the up button next to the floor. Did we take the fish with us, or? The internal and external watertight doors had already sealed automatically. We could hear air being sent into the ballast tank under the floor. Finally, the egg-shaped elevator didn't start to float up. Huh? Are you serious? The sound beneath the floor had stopped, and silence had returned. Not again. Oh, sorry, that was not you, that was Sara. Not again. Why do you think we keep running into problem after problem? Probably because we're doing stupid things and not asking Sora for her opinion. Knowing it was useless, I pushed the up button repeatedly. Of course, A didn't budge at all. Alright, so what should we do? Just as I said that, a monitor just to the right of the window flickered to life. Kuranari-san, Tanaka-san, Matsunaga-san, Kid-san. Okay. Sora, where have you been? We looked everywhere for you. No, we didn't. We just took her word for it, honestly. I am terribly sorry. Please accept my apologies. The image of Sora in the monitor bowed deeply. That's not important right now. Sora, did we fix the generator? Sorry. Sora, so we fixed the generator. It would appear so. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think you already know this, but we're in this, this A? Yes, I know. The A is not moving, correct? What should we do? First, in regards to the cause, it is likely the result of a decrease in internal air pressure that has made the device incapable of sufficiently expelling water in the ballast tank. In other words, you mean it isn't buoyant enough, so we have to get rid of the toolkit. Correct. There are a number of feasible methods for making it rise, but in the end, we decide to split into pairs and ride the elevator. Oh, well that also works actually. That's way better. In line with the principle of Archimedes, If the buoyancy was insufficient, we had to lighten the load. First, Sara and A got in. Sora and Tsumugi were waiting in Zwederstock, at Zwederstock. Good work, you two. She's back to being angry. Sora beamed a welcoming smile at us. Tsumugi just stood there staring at Sora and me. Next came you. And the tuna tuna took the elevator in return on our floor. This is cold. Okay, well she laughed at that a little bit, but still. I noticed that when Tsumugi saw you cradling the frozen fish, she grinned for the first time. Sora, on the other hand. Are you alright? Kuranari-san? Sora ran up to the fish in a panic. Nakyu, you brought along the fish? Of course, it's food after all, wasted. Wait, it's actual food? Waste not, want not, right? I thought it was like a sign for like something. I didn't realize it was like a giant fish. I mean, yeah, she's right, I guess. I guess. We have a bunch of tuna sandwiches, but sure. Forget that for now. More importantly, Kuranari-san. Sora was still flustered and babbling next to the fish. I wondered if she had really thought that Takashi had turned into a fish. Even like right now, it seems like we're bringing into focus like the difference between how the two of them, not really the difference like comparatively between the two of them, but just like how they're acting right now to this situation. And the fact that Sora is very, Sora is acting a certain way and that Tsumugi is acting a certain way. So it's like, possibly they have different colored hair though. So I don't know. I wondered if she really thought that Takashi had turned into a tuna. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Rip Takashi, oh well. This is all my fault. Oh my gosh, what can I do? I know you're occupied, but... Huh? I think the question is more about what I should do. Alright, 11:21 a.m. Nearly an hour had passed since the power had gone back online. Let me take a sip of water here. Alright, we gathered in the third floor conference room. Takashi, Tsumugi, Sora, you, Sara, and I, all 6 of us were sitting in chairs, just letting time pass. The rescue team still hadn't come. Our situation didn't show any sign of changing. Oh, Tsumugi is also okay. Tsumugi is also yawning, so maybe she's maybe she just got comfortable. I don't know. Never mind. Maybe she's fine. Takashi's yawn was contagious. I desperately tried to keep from yawning. Only Sora didn't yawn. Well, also Kid. Also, Sora didn't yawn. Isn't that kind of sus? Or only Sora had her head down and looked as if she was thinking about something. When they're gonna do the Among Us voting. Honestly, this could be like it could have, I mean, this was pre-Danganronpa, but you know what I mean. It could have like pre-Danganronpa Among Us elements of just like, someone among us is being a little sus, and it is absolutely Sora. Absolutely. Also, hello, high taxes. High taxes. Welcome on in. We were bored silly. I hadn't realized that doing nothing could be so hard. Well, I might as well get some exercise. Thinking that, I stood from the chair. What's up? Sara shot me the question, slumped in the chair next to mine. We've got all this time, so I thought I'd go for a little walk. Oh, in that case, you think you can bring me back something to drink? Huh? Why was that in that case thing? I'm thirsty. I think there was juice in the kiosk, right? I think so. Okay, thanks. No problem. I don't think so. I don't think so. Why is this a choice? Okay. No problem. Oh well, So, any kind of juice is okay? Sure, anything is fine. Great. I felt like the group hierarchy had sorted itself out. It had done so a long time ago, kid. Everyone was choosing out names for you, and you weren't even a part of the conversation. You were barely a part of it. It was sorted out so long ago. I left the conference room and headed for the kiosk. I had a good idea of where it was from my wanderings around the complex the day before. I went through the rest area on the way. Huh? Something had been left on the bench. It was wrapped tuna sandwiches, plural. I figured they were probably sandwiches Takashi made and had taken to Tsumugi and Sora. I assumed they had been forgotten about during the blackout. Alright, I might as well take these along. I took the sandwiches and put them into my pocket. At the kiosk, I started looking for drinks. There was enough food and drinks for us to survive for days. There were only tuna sandwiches and ingredients to make them there, but yeah, I was like, again, that would suck. Also, it's like, technically speaking, tuna is high in mercury, right? I don't know the specifics about it, but like, it's not good to eat, or supposedly it's not good to eat tuna like day after day after day every single day, because otherwise, you know, that leads to mercury poisoning. So, not that this is, I mean, better than eating nothing at all, but you know. There's only tuna sandwiches and ingredients to make them there, but at least we didn't have to worry about food, meaning it was a blessing in disguise. I took 6 cans of cola from the kiosk's freezer. Only Sara had asked, but I thought I'd take back enough for everyone. Here we go. Cradling cola in both arms, I started heading back. Here you go. When I came back, everyone was chatting loudly. Cards were randomly placed on the table, facing down. Even Tsumugi? Okay. They might have been playing a game. Welcome back! I figured since I was there, I'd just bring back enough for everyone. Thank you, sir. Sara took 2 of the cans and handed one to you. Here you go, Nakyu. Hey, kid. That was sure thoughtful of you. You took the cola from Sara and popped open the tab. She held down the carbonation to keep it from erupting. Like a pro, she kept from being showered with sticky liquid. So, what were you all going to do? What were you all up to with the cards? I put the remaining 4 cans on the table. Sorry. Sorry, I heard her say that in Japanese, and I heard her say it in Japanese, and then I looked at the translation, and then I had the memory. You know the one if you saw Never 7, the memory with friggin' the cards and Kurumi and Izumi. Oh gosh, no. Mental guts. What's that? You don't know mental guts? I've never heard of it. Oh, well, I'll bet it went with your memory. It's a super famous game. Are you gonna say anything about this, or? I realized I couldn't remember even those kinds of things. I wondered if I should have been more uneasy about my memory loss than I was. First, I thought I'd have a cola. Oh, by the way, I brought these. I remembered the sandwiches and plunged my left hand into my pocket while holding the can in my right. Huh? What? These. I removed a wrapped sandwich. Oh, where'd you get these? Did you make them? It was on the bench in the rest area. Didn't you leave them there, Takashi? Yeah, it's the one I forgot to give to Sora. I left it there during the blackout hubbub. Just Sora, though. Just Sora. So you gave yours to Tsumugi and Coco, but you don't think that Coco is real. And as far as I'm aware, nobody else can see Coco. So why would she need food? Unless there's no way. It said anywhere from 5 to 7 people, so it's like 2 different clones plus Coco, right? For Tsumugi's situation, 2 different clones plus Coco is like that's not possible. I guess it would have to be something with Coco then. Something about Coco, she can like change her appearance or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought that someone might be hungry. Oh, great. You're so thoughtful. You already ate. And I mean, also, you could just go back over and get some food if you're hungry. You rushed over and violently mussed up my hair. Oh, that's right. I have another one. Feeling good about myself, I put the can in my other hand and went to get the sandwich from my right pocket. What in? What's the matter? It's gone. Oh, it's gone? Well, surely you must have just dropped it, right? Surely Coco did not just show up and be like, well, I'm just gonna yoink this from you. There we go. This is mine now. No, she would never. There was nothing in my right pocket. Did you drop it? No way. I didn't think I could have dropped it. Somehow, it felt like there was something odd going on. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, then this is Sora's. Looking, I saw Takeshi holding the sandwich out to Sora. You didn't eat breakfast, right? No, I'm fine. Don't be polite. I made it. I know it tastes good. Still. Hey, I'm not kidding. I'll vouch for him. They're pretty good. Me too. Sora and I both raised our hands in show of agreement. Sora, what? You can't eat my food? That's not it. Then what is it? Eat too much yesterday? Or are you on a diet? You said that you only gave the food to... Well, he said just Sora. Right? He was just looking for Sora in relation to the fact that, like, maybe he already gave the food then to Tsumugi. If he already gave the food then to Tsumugi, and Tsumugi and Sora were switching places, then that would make sure that there's shenanigans going on, but also account for the fact that Coco can literally not be either of these people, because she just can't. She can't be. I guess that could also work then. Then what is it? Eat too much yesterday? Or are you on a diet? No, but No, you have to eat it or you'll get weak. Here, take it. He tossed a cola and tuna sandwich towards Sora. They traced a gentle arc through the air. Sora suddenly reached out her hands. She reached out, but... Oops. Uh-oh. But Sora didn't catch them. No, she couldn't catch them. She didn't avoid them. It wasn't that she had been too slow, because Tsumugi was the one that took it, right? Sora was there with her hands extended into space. The sandwich had fallen at her feet. Oh, no, it just went straight past her. The cola had violently slammed into the wall behind her and exploded. The spewing cola didn't get Sora wet. The droplets looked like they flew by Sora's body. Okay. So, well, first of all, if I were a kid, I would be so petty. I wouldn't be asking questions right now. I'd be so petty. I'd be like, I told you so. And I saw Coco. She's somewhere. I saw a pink-haired girl. She's somewhere in the facility. I know she's here. But we should be having a very extreme reaction to this, is what I'm thinking. The sandwich wrapper covered the silhouette of Sora's sandal, as if the two had been melded together. Okay. Huh? Takashi wasn't the only one surprised. I also was confused and without a clue. Like, I just didn't know. It could have been that it seemed odd because I didn't know from the... It could have been that it seemed odd because I didn't know from the start. Or maybe it seemed strange because I'd forgotten it. That Sora is Lemith? So all I could do was sit there with my mouth agape, my eyes staring at the spectacle. So you already knew. You already knew? Is she a hologram? I'm guessing so. I'm guessing so then. She must be a hologram. Am I a hologram too? Is Kid also a hologram? I don't think so. Is this why it keeps flickering between 5 and 7? Okay, I'm guessing so. That's why I said I didn't need it. That's a wild way of just continuing on with the conversation. That's crazy. Sora made an embarrassed looking expression. What? That's what Takashi looked completely puzzled. I meant to toss them as if I were handing them over. That's weird. Your hand must have slipped. Excuse me, Kuranari-san. There's nothing strange about it. There's nothing strange about this. but the cola blew up, and is your clothing all right? Yes. But you're stepping on the sandwich. Your foot. You've got no toes, Sora. Okay, so there really is somebody else. But you can see her, but you can't see Coco. Interesting. You've got no toes, Sora-san. No? Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I just forgot. What does she look like? Aigis? Aigis Persona 3 Aigis? She just doesn't have any feet? And just like that, Sora's vanished toes reappeared. But the place where the sandwich was supposed to be wavered unsteadily. I didn't have any idea what it all meant. I guess that you didn't know, Kuranari-san. Sora was shuffling embarrassedly. There we go. Sora, what in the world are you? For some reason, you listen to me, all right? Why did you not tell us this earlier? Why wouldn't you say that? For some reason, you gave a huge sigh right next to Takashi. Actually, remember the theory that I had earlier in the stream of just like, there's no way that she would put herself in a situation where she might die, right? In regards to Sora. But I mean, if Sora's not real, if she could be friggin' like some sort of, she could be a hologram or like an AI that's like, has a base system that's located somewhere else. If that's the case, that being the case, then like the rest of us here could they could die, right? That's what I'm thinking. It's like we could die, perhaps, but it wouldn't affect her at all. So I mean, she's back to being really, really suspicious, like even extra suspicious, more suspicious than she already was. I'm not sure about that. For some reason, you gave a huge sigh right next to Takashi, and then okay. Why didn't I think of undersea data centers? There's not gonna be any more undersea data centers if it all just loops back in on itself. Of course. Why didn't I think about that? She burst out laughing. I just had to watch because it was so funny, Kuranari-san. It's just like so hilarious. Ha ha ha. You really don't listen to anything. What are you talking about? Takashi was still confused. The explanation at the park entrance. That she's not real? So what? What about it? Listen, a small child came up to me and kept telling me about like this awesome joke that she had, and I had to turn away for a moment, all right? That's what I had to do. So what? What about it? Looking around, only Takashi and I were surprised. Really? Okay. A strange expression floated onto Sara's face, but it seemed like she knew what was going on. I love this expression so much. Tsumugi's face was blank. Apart from Takashi, it seemed like nobody had felt like it was anything to be surprised about. Jeez. Tsumugi stood up as if irritated. I can't watch any more of this. It's ridiculous. After spitting out those words, she left the conference room. What is going on with you? Oh no, it's Tsundere. She really is. Oh no, our greatest weakness, a tsundere. What do we do? What's gonna happen? What the heck? I really can't figure her out. It's like I thought I knew it. It's like, of course, clones, of course, this, that, and the other, but like I don't think I know anymore. She has no time for the bakas. She really doesn't. She has no time for them. Also, hello Chu. I hope you've been doing well. Sorry, I didn't say hello. I was just guessing, but okay. I guess the pose gave off that vibe. She is very like tsundere kind of kudere kind of vibe. So you're right. You're right about it. Maybe we were just getting used to it, but we just watched her go. No one tried to stop her. We'll just leave Tsumugi be. Sora, sorry to bother you, but could you introduce yourself again? Yes, of course. The punctuated can had stopped fizzing. Sora took a step toward us, carefully avoiding the sandwich, and straightened up. After a slight bow, she spoke. I am Akane Gatsaki Sora. There we go. I did think this last name is weird, but I mean, some of the other names are like, last names are common, but my official name is LMRSDS 4913A. Okay? Very cool. How does this relate to Sora? Okay. The laughter was hello. No, that's good. Okay, you are. I'm an artificial intelligence, or AI, program in charge of guiding visitors around Limu. But you're not Lemith. Okay. I've been programmed as part of one of the Lemith system. Oh gosh, what happened last time? It was like, I think it was maybe the first or second stream. Didn't she say, wait, she said like, I come here and I help out from time to time, right? Is a quote that she literally said. And maybe I thought that she had like a higher up position, or like Takashi thought like, oh, you have like a higher up position in the company, obviously. But also I don't know the state of the world in this fictional 2017. I don't know the state of the world, but maybe AI programs are just kind of like walking around, maybe possibly, but you said this like, oh, it's a part-time gig for me, like I'm not usually here. Okay. I don't know what kind of dere is this one. The dere that isn't real. The dere that is not real, and a 2D waifu, essentially. I guess that's what they're kind of gonna lean into for her romance route. I didn't even think about that. Oh god. I've been programmed as one part of the Lemith system. Okay, so you're one part of it. Never mind. If you call me from any nearby terminal, I will appear anywhere within Limu. My image reaches you through a network supporting this RSD system throughout the complex. I think that there are a few places in the world boasting this kind of technology. So it was RSD. But I've never seen one this amazing. Okay, so in the world we just have this. That's what's going on. It's one of Limu's big attractions. Never mind, we don't have this in the world. I mean, we have this in the world, but we don't have this in the world. Okay, fair enough. So that's why Sora disappeared during the blackout. Oh, okay. Why didn't you just explain that? Because we had to have this big reveal, right? Yes, I'm sorry to have caused you undue concern. I had finally lost any sense of what was going on. My name is Kid, and I don't know what's going on. Takashi looked flustered as well. The conversation had taken off and left me and Takashi behind. What's RSD? Simply put, it is an image display system that uses a semiconductor to shine a laser directly onto my retinas. That sounds painful, slightly painful. I mean, probably not. But also, what the hell? I see. I nodded. I had no clue what she was talking about, but I thought it might have been because I had no memory. It also seemed like any more questions, not conversation, any more questions would stall the conversation. That sounds bad for my eyeballs. Like, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds bad. It just sounds not great. That's surgery. It is. We have LASIK on our eyes. What's the other one? We have is it PRK? We have PRK on our eyes. That's literally what it is. Okay. So I decided to take an approach of, I don't get it, but that's okay. I don't get it, but that's okay approach. That's also how I tend to do things. Good for you. And it's supporting such an advanced personality. The surprising thing was that Sara seemed to be following the conversation the best. Limu is fairly perfectionist when it comes to virtual space technologies. My existence is one manifestation of that. There we go. I guess in the sense that you could say Somnium Files then is also maybe perhaps possibly borrowing this idea, this element, although it's a general sci-fi concept, so, you know, it's not specific to being like, oh yes, I made this character called Sora, and I'm going to use this in a future game. It's not that specific. My existence is one manifestation of that. Doesn't that require a big system? Yes, but it is much smaller than it would have been several decades ago. How big? Where is it? I'd like to see that. Are you the leading child prodigy of AI? What are you? What are you? I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say. It is a secret. Is it the Hemo door? You weren't given the details? That's correct. Yeah, it seems like you're also here for your own reasons. Okay. It auto-scrolls. I apologize. Well, this is a bit of a different question, but does Sora's personality change based on her memories? Oh, that's a good question, actually. Okay. The conversation was getting more and more technical. Sora kept badgering Sora with technical questions. Blah, blah, blah. Things about samplings and algorithms and structure this and encode that, jargon that was flying around. My head started to hurt. Hey, you. I approached you and tugged on her sleeve. This conversation is crazy complex. What's with Sara anyway? She's a computer ninja of sorts. Okay. Oh my gosh. Can Sora run out of tokens? Could she do that? She is, that's not your voice. She is a computer ninja of sorts. Stop with the stupid jokes! You puffed out her cheeks as if pouting. It didn't seem like she was in the mood for a comeback. Mayo, she's a hacker. A hacker? That means... What's a hacker? What's a hacker? Naturally, I know what a hacker means. I mean, we save again. I think part of these are like... I think some of these dialogue options very much are like, actually, do you want us to go into what this means or are you okay? I know what a hacker means. I'll be fine. Is Sara a programmer? Yeah, but she says it's just a hobby. But she's as good as a pro. Just the other day, she got first place in some cracking contest. I mean, good for her, honestly. Cracking contest? A contest to break codes. Just so you know, it's not illegal. It was sponsored by some company with code technology. It was legal cracking to test their security. Oh no, it's 2010's resume entries. Server wizard, front end dev ninja, HTML SS warrior. Oh my gosh, it really is. It's kind of crazy seeing this now, especially like with a modern well, not modern, but like you said, Chu, where it's like you can look back on this and see it in the context of like even just like 2010s. The algorithm, the company has hackers that attack their algorithm. Kind of like a decryption game contest. I guess that's one way of putting it. Oh, so it's a game. Just because you call it a game, I wouldn't take it I wouldn't take it lightly. There were engineers participating from all over the world. Winning it means that you're one of the world's best hackers. You could also say the best hacker. The best? That's just way too incredible. I mean, genuinely, it is a real thing, right? How do you find flaws in your security if not having somebody who specializes in flaws in security, right? So yeah, I guess she's just into computers in general, which is why she then has an interest in okay, so this was the fabled Lemith AI thing. It was okay, I see, that's what it is. Yeah, it's called ethical hacking, right? Exactly. So senior prompt engineer. I know. When it comes to computers, she's a genius. I see. You hire someone to break your thing before you deploy it. Yeah, exactly. And even when you find things after facts, if you find things for really big companies, especially Apple and the like, if you find things for Apple, you're gonna get paid a large amount of money for doing that, because they're oh shit, because they're a really big company. So it seemed like you truly couldn't tell who was a person by appearances. Apart from being a little mischievous, she just seemed to be a normal girl. Normal. Define normal. But Sara kept talking with Sora about things that I couldn't comprehend. There was a gap between who she was and who she appeared to be and who she actually was. I kept staring at Sara from the side in a state of semi-awe. In the end, only Takashi was completely surprised that Sora was an AI. Isn't there not to bring in real life to this, but isn't there actually technically also an actual AI application that is Sora? Sorry, I don't keep up with trends. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's a part of OpenAI. Okay, it's okay, okay. Limu was an employee of Limu, and so of course she knew. Sora 3.0, yes, for video. Okay, I see. That's what it was. Okay. Weird, strange coincidence. Before leaving the room, Tsumugi hadn't seemed that surprised. Sara was clear by her questions, had a solid grip on the situation. And the whole situation that we were in is so crazy, I didn't know what to be surprised about. I also don't know what to be surprised about. Can anyone else see Coco? Maybe, Coco, do you want to reveal yourself? Just talk a little bit. Just talk, just a tad. It should be fine. Several hours passed. I love this theme. This is really good. It seemed the sun was getting ready to set. In the dark depths of the ocean, my sense of time had eroded. I checked the time on my watch, finally making sure it was night. Nothing changed in Limu. No one new showed up to visit us. But things hadn't taken a turn for the worse either. There didn't seem to be any impending danger of a floor collapse. There we go. We spent the time as we pleased. We had long forgotten that we were trapped. I was in the rest area. I sat on the floor and looked at the blooming flowers without really seeing them. There was no one else around. We were going to meet again at 7 p.m. Until then, we had free time. I was thinking about Sora. The revealing of what she really was. Sora's real identity. AI, artificial intelligence, a program, a virtual image. Sora didn't really exist. In other words, Sora wasn't a person. But Sora clearly had a will of her own. She could think and act for herself. I knew that much. Also, going into this, and I guess there's gonna be we're gonna be talking more about this, especially on her route, but also thinking a lot about No Sleep for Kaname Date and just coming off of that game. I don't know. But with my limited knowledge, everything other than that was beyond me. There were lots of things that I couldn't know. I looked down. The floor was covered with a layer of water. The lights in the ceiling were reflected in the water. It was like the cold light of the moon. I poked my finger into the water. Plop. The water rippled and the surface shook. The light in the water fragmented into disarray, finally returning to its original shapes. I reached into the water, trying to grab the light, but I could only grab a little seawater. I couldn't touch the light. I tried again and again, but no matter how many times I tried, I couldn't grab the moon. Are you bored? Are you bored? Do you just want something to do? You could talk to like literally anyone. It's fine. So, where should I start explaining? Is that also supposed to be like an indicator that like, hey, maybe he's not entirely human as well? Something like that? SORA versus Aiba, place your bets. Right now, SORA would absolutely decimate Aiba. Aiba doesn't know what she's talking about. I mean, Aiba is definitely one of the more capable ones of that group. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But also, SORA is a lot better so far, it seems. She's super suspicious though. She won't tell us everything, which sucks. So where should I start explaining? I wish you'd start with the basic stuff. SORA was sitting next to me. At least that was how it appeared to me, because she's burned into my eyeballs. I had decided to seek out an explanation directly from SORA. What exactly was SORA? It might have been rude asking her outright like that, but I thought that it would have been ruder to continue along without really knowing. I see. So we were talking about RSD, right? Yeah. It might be something that you don't really want to talk about. Why would that be? Well, you're not a person, you're SORA. So asking about systems and stuff, it might be kind of personal. I don't really know how to say it. I was just thinking it might be like someone was peeking inside of you, kind of unpleasant. My broken explanation brought a soft smile to SORA's face. You don't really have to worry about that. Burned into my eyeballs has a different meaning after eye surgery. It really does. And what did you just say? I'm SORA. So I am what I am. For example, by explaining about what I am, it is a way for you to better understand me. I squeezed my hand shut. Of course, I wasn't holding anything. Actually, I just explained all of this to Kuranari-san. Let me take a sip of water. Hold on. Huh? To Takeshi? Yes. SORA gently put her hand on her chest. Why are you wearing a ring then? What? Why are you wearing this? I thought like, cause I was saying last time like, oh, your husband is the CEO of a pharmaceutical company, and like, cause I saw the ring and I was okay, all right, never mind. SORA gently put her hand on her chest. I am different from everyone else, but I want to be the same. That is why I want everyone to know about me. Saying that, SORA looked at me and slightly dropped her eyes. I felt like pieces of the puzzle scattered onto the floor of my mind were about to fall into place. As if enticed by her grin, I became quiet. Well, shall I start with an explanation of RSD? I concentrated on what she was saying so as to not miss anything. She placed both her hands on her chest. Kid-san, can you see me? Yes, I see you. I am standing right next to you. You're sure? I'm positive. But... Suddenly, SORA faced me and reached outward to me. And then... Oh! SORA's hand slipped into my chest without resistance. Reflexively, I tried to grab her arms, but our hands met with nothing. My hands were in front of her chest, but there was nothing. Yes. So, you are seeing me. However, I am not right next to you. Saying that, SORA pulled her hand back. RSD stands for Retinal Scanning Display. the display device is not actually a display, rather a weak laser aimed at the retina. Retina? You mean my eye? Yes. But surely if Kid was not entirely human, you would also know. You would know about this, right? You'd be like, I have to display myself in a very interesting and weird way. Loki, I'm not like other girls. You don't understand. I'm literally not real. I'm literally not real. You can't date me. In the ceiling of each room and corridor are semiconductor laser output devices. So the image is being directly reflected onto your retina. Image? Yes, my image. I wonder if Coco is also like a secondary part of the Lemeth system, but she specifically only wants to be seen by Kid, which is why she's not reflecting into other people's eyes. Yes, my image. Directly on my retina. Holographic screens typically allow for the object behind them to be visible. This system uses the eyeball as a virtual screen and continuously sends an image synthesized with the background scenery. Well, what about your voice? It sounds like your voice is coming from where your mouth appears. Have you heard of 3D sound? 3D sound? Have you ever listened to music using headphones? Probably, but I can't remember, so I don't know for sure. That's right. Sorry about that. Low-key to answer... sorry. I was reading the chat again. To answer your own question, most people hear the sound as if it's reverberating from inside the center of the head toward the back. Inside their head. Okay. I just gotta say, again, Never 7 would literally never. Would literally never. Be like, yeah, there's clones and we get like a few different lines about it. I mean, we got like an exploration, a little bit of a explanation about the Courie syndrome and everything else, but this is so much more in-depth. It's so different. 3D sound, so like normal auditory experience. Actually, yeah. Actually, yes. Inside their head. I tried to visualize what she meant, a melody playing in my mind. I could get a vague sense of what she said. Yeah, I think I see what you mean. I think I've probably heard something like that before. But the sound is not actually coming from inside your head. I suppose not. But if you could apply this knowledge and adjust the volume from the left and right to accurately simulate this reverberating sound, then you could create the illusion that a sound was coming from above or below, left or right, any direction. Oh, is this why... Okay, because I was about to call bullshit on this, because this makes no sense. How are you doing this and having it be absolutely perfect for every single person that's in the room? We've heard you speak to multiple people. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But this is why she said, don't take out your earbuds. Don't do it. Okay. So it wasn't necessarily... It wasn't necessarily Takeshi talking to Coco. It was actually the fact that he took out the earphones, essentially. That's why he couldn't hear the explanation. Okay. Then you could create the illusion of a sound that was coming directly above or below, right or left, any direction. I see. So you mean the voice converters? Still, I had both of them in my ears. I removed them. They were the size of the tip of my little finger. In front of me, Sora's mouth moved soundlessly. Okay, yeah, I see. So slightly, I said this might be the case about Kid, but I was wrong. It was about Sora. Never mind. It was like I couldn't hear her voice. But that wasn't all. Then her image started to get a little fuzzy. Huh? When I replaced the voice converters, Sora returned to normal. The image position is based on the location of the voice converters. Oh, okay. So wherever you stand and whichever direction you face, Lemeth is constantly using sensors around the complex that monitored the position of the voice converters to the millimeter. So, okay, so in situations where she's explaining to a group, does that mean everyone is seeing Sora slightly differently, essentially, in like a slightly different place? I guess that would make sense. I guess that would be okay. Yeah. I see. Therefore, Shawty's like Shawty's like a melody. He's like Sora's just like I suppose. Yes, indeed. I have no idea if you know that song. Yeah, I know that song. Does anyone not know that song? I guess like people who didn't grow up in that era, or like were born after that era, because it was like, wasn't it one of those, I mean, it was a radio song, but wasn't it one of those songs that came free with like, I don't know, like an iPod or something like that? You know, it's just one of those songs that everyone knows. So that when I am 20 meters behind you, my voice will still be as if I am exactly 20 meters behind you. No, so you still have control over like, here's how I want to be displayed to everyone. Okay. So when I am to the right, sound comes from the right. When I am to the left, sound comes from the left. When I am under you, sound comes from under. When you're under? Oops. Well, no. I don't have any interest. Ask Takashi. Ask him. No. Anyway, that's how it works. Do you understand? Okay. Kid-san, try to face a little to the left. I faced to the left as she said. Sora stood and moved to my right. Just a moment ago, I said that Limith is constantly monitoring your position and direction you are facing. Isn't Sora married? I was like rubber banding back around to my idea that like, if she's an AI, maybe she is the AI that it's time for an ad break. I wasn't paying attention to the stream. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back and answer this. Alrighty, I am back. I am back. Let me go over back to game screen. And let me move this over here. Alright. And then we go back to the game. We'll never know about Sora's civil status. I was thinking, it's like, maybe if I go back to my idea, it's like maybe the CEO of Limu then decided to marry an AI, and that's why she has the ring, and you know, maybe it's just for vibes. Maybe it's just for aura. They thought it might look nice, so they just gave her a ring. Who knows? Who knows anymore? Thank you for the welcome back. At the same time, Lemith is also monitoring the position of your eyeballs, so that even if you move, I still appear in the same place. This means that Lemith scans the image onto your eye in this way. So you can be made to suddenly disappear or reappear in another place. Do you want to see it? No, I think I'll pass. I suddenly imagine Sora disappearing and fleeting around here and there. It's kind of like you're a ghost. Yes, I hear that a lot. Being in the same place and looking at the same thing, only some people can see it and some people can't. This should spark some flags in your brain right now, kid. This should say something in your mind. Do you know anyone named Coco? Are you aware? I've never seen one, but if ghosts really do exist, I imagine they exist much the way I do. Now I get it. You telling me a laser is constantly hitting your eyes in here, so you might need glasses very soon. That's true. I'm certain, based on the way this place is designed, they absolutely have you sign like a waiver NDA form before you come down here that says, hey, we're not responsible if you die down here. We're not responsible if you get eye damage, whatever. We don't care. I am certain, because this company is so shady. But there's something that bothers me. What is it? Sora, you can't be in more than one place at a time. For example, you can't be in one room talking to me and another talking with Sara. Theoretically, it is possible. However, the way that I am designed, I can't do that. The way that you are designed. Okay. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. You forfeit your right to a class action lawsuit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't trust this company. Okay. I do think that if you're anything like our wonderful friend in VLR, I forget her name. The nice one. The very nice one. Then you're probably not lying about anything. You just get uncomfortable when you're asked to share the truth. Okay. Why not? I imagine it is to help maintain an image of reality for visitors, so that there's only one Sora in the world. Without that kind of setting, visitors would get confused. That, and it was a policy of my designer. The policy of my designer was to create me as a character with an independent personality. That reminds me, I've heard the same thing about the United Land characters. That there's only each one of them in the park. Okay. So you can only be displayed in one room with one different thing. Well, sound travels differently. So how does that work? Down to the millimeter, it's adjusted based on. But there's a central focal point that she focuses on, and then sound is adjusted around that. They made it sound like sound was done first, and then her image is adjusted around that. But like, I think it like her image has to choose a specific point. Like in a story, there can't be any one character in two places at the same time. Okay, Uchikoshi. Alright, whatever you say. I mean, if there were clones, if there was shenanigans afoot, there could be. It's advanced tech magic. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Just don't ask questions. The time for our gathering was getting nearer, so Sora and I headed to the conference room. She could just zap her way over there. She doesn't have to walk with me. It seems strange that Sora, who could teleport anywhere instantly, was walking. Yeah, exactly. Let me take another sip of water. Each Sora is different for each viewer. It depends on how they laser your eyeballs. I guess it does. No, well, I don't understand the specifics. Don't worry about it. It's like I want you. I have questions now that you raised the point. Now that the game has told me all this information, I have questions about it. But the game's going to be like, don't worry about it. don't ask questions. Don't do it. Maybe she was doing it to humor me. I was wondering about the laser retina scan. So if I was in a place that the laser couldn't reach, then I couldn't see you. Of course not, but... Sorry, my voice is kind of dying. I'll probably have to wrap up stream here in a little bit. I'm gonna try and go to the 30-minute mark, the next 30-minute mark. But I was saying, like, when we saw Coco, we saw her in the hallway. And then we didn't see her inside the infirmary. And then we went into the decompression chamber and we saw her there. And then Takeshi was standing right outside the decompression chamber. So he was standing in the infirmary. So technically speaking, I guess the lasers wouldn't be able to reach his eyes, if that were the case. If that is to be believed, essentially. Okay. Don't stray it. I'll try not to. I'll try not to. It's fine. The thing about like all of these is just like it's just some warm tea and then like some like a nice rest afterwards is usually like I'm fine afterwards. So the scanning devices, it's not like painful or anything as well. So the scanning devices are located in every room of the complex, and there are mirrors embedded in the walls, ceilings, and floors reflect the images. So almost no matter where you are, I can be displayed. Almost. Well, no, but Sora showed up in the morning. She was like, hey, good morning. She got us out of the decompression chamber. Did she ever step in, maybe? So there are no blind spots. That's the way it is designed. However, there is one major flaw. Flaw? I am only seen when someone looks at me. Oh, yeah, well, I guess the philosophical flaw? I mean, quite literally, actually, if it's being burned into retinas, yeah. Yeah. What? I mean, I cease to exist when no one is looking at me because it's Schrodinger's cat! It's Schrodinger's cat! Oh, did you know that the cat can be alive and dead at the same time? It's only if you're viewing you who views the reality. You change the future. Okay. I mean, I cease to exist when no one is looking at me. I must sound like a crazy person to anyone who has never played an Uchikoshi game. It's just like, there it is, the Schrodinger, he's there. Isn't that, yes, that one, exactly, it's exactly that. The thing where you have to observe, exactly, it's exactly like that. I mean, it's a general, like, it's a common trope in visual novels in general. Uchikoshi loves to take it and just sort of run with it. He loves this trope. But also, I think it even got brought up in Never 7. And I can't remember why it got brought up. I think it had something to do with Courie syndrome. If you can see it, you can believe it or whatever. But yes, it definitely was brought up there. This probably happens in every third video game. Yeah, exactly. Things that don't get rendered if you don't look at them. I guess that. Yeah, that's also true. Like on a video game perspective, on a little like game design perspective, things are loading in. Things have to load in. They have to render, right? So if you're not looking at the space, it's not real. It doesn't exist. Maybe that's why video games and visual novels especially like the analogy so much, because it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that I cease to exist when no one is looking at me. For example, if the 5 of you here are all close your eyes at once, but if you close your eyes, what are you doing, Sora? Stop. Oh, sorry, I just really like that song. It's 2017, right? The song has come out. I think it's come out. It's come out at this point. At that moment, I would cease to exist. I casually held my hand up in front of my eyes. I covered my view forward and looked down near my feet. But there was no sign of Sora next to me. It was as if she vanished and had never been there in the first place. Surprised, I removed my hand and Sora reappeared in the corridor. My view forward. Just covered it forward. Maybe not like putting your hand right in front of your face, but not necessarily like cupping your hand over your eyes, essentially. Gotcha. Surprised, I removed my hand and Sora reappeared in the corridor. If you never 7, then you ever 17. You must ever 17. It came out in 2013. So yes, this no, wait. For which one are you talking about? I think this, because this game is taking place in 2017. So, or do you mean like there was a re-release? The song came out in 2013. Ah, sorry, I just forgot what I literally just said. Yes, the song came out in 2013. God, was it that long ago? I guess it does feel that long ago. I like that song. It was good. It's fine. Surprise! It did get played a lot though. It got played a ton. So, surprised, I removed my hand and Sora reappeared in the corridor. The outline of Sora's sandals blurred dimly in the water. Someone has to see me. I have to be seen in order to exist. Vision. Someone's perception actually creates me. Kid-san, when you close your eyes, I disappear. Eventually, we reach the conference room. Everyone in this game loves saying very sad stuff, I find. They love saying super sad stuff. Sora's face was one big smile, but somewhere in her smile seemed a hint of sadness. At least it appeared that way to me. I'm not gonna lie, it probably would be highly inappropriate coming from like you jumped up and just started like touching Takashi and Kid, or Kid suddenly jumping up and touching like Sara and you. But like I would start like patting people's heads to just be like, are you real? Can I touch you right now, or are you also a hologram? Next time I see Coco, that's also what I would be doing. I'd be like, are you real? Are you a hologram? That for me is like my top priority, I think. But apparently everybody else is real. So okay. Okay. It was nighttime. But deep below the ocean's surface, it was only slightly darker than before. Fortunately, the damage to Limu hadn't worsened. Sad stuff. Classic Uchikoshi. Adds a line to the whiteboard. There are some good lines, I guess. We had a light dinner, eating the tuna sandwiches that Takashi had made. Man, I get sick of it. Sick of it. Incidentally, we had gotten rid of that frozen tuna because no one knew how to cut it up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's fair. After eating, there was nothing really to do. It says Kid. I'm pretty sure this is Sara here. That was Coco's voice. Oops. Why are you yawning? Wait a minute. Didn't Sara just make a sound? That's odd. Takashi, like, Kid has not had voice acting at all, so I'm a little shocked by that, honestly. Okay, but that definitely sounded like Sara to me. I don't know, maybe I have to listen back to it. Takashi's yawn was contagious. Gosh, I'm sleepy. Well, there's nothing really to do. Everyone was slouched in chairs, just spacing out. There was no impending danger, no new developments. The situation we were in remained unchanged, and somehow it felt as though time had stopped. Kuranari, you're such a slob. You said that in a tired-sounding voice. And stop dawdling. But there's no reason to go wandering around the complex now, right? We're just gonna have to wait for help to come anyway, right? Yeah, I suppose. Alright, I'm off for a bit. Rubbing her shoulders, Yu stood up. What? Are you going somewhere? Yeah, nowhere in particular. Just a walk. I've gotta move around or I'll get tired. Hey, I've got a great idea. Sara raised her hand and stood. An idea? Ladies and gentlemen, we shall partake in a game that gives us some exercise. Alright, but what kind of game? Uchikoshi, please, why is there a Sora and a Sara? I said that before when they were all like saying their names. Sara, Sora. And it's like, why would they do this? Alright, but what kind of game? Ninja tag. You love ninjas so much. That might be a bit... Well, how about normal tag? Sora seemed up for the idea. I suppose that would be okay. In order to play tag, you literally have to touch the person and be like, tag, you're it. It seems kind of unfair. Unless Sora is gonna moderate, it seems kind of unfair that we're doing that. I suppose that would be okay. Alright, everyone, let's play. Hey, you expect me to play some kids game? What about you, kid? In or out? What, me too? We've been talking about everyone participating, so you're playing too. Is Tsumugi gonna join? I can't imagine. I'm not going to play. Yeah, yeah, I thought so. I'm out too. That means everyone apart from Tsumugi is playing. I said I'm out. Alright, I'm in. I was pretty much sick of boredom. You can't tag Sora though. Yeah, exactly. Heh, kids game. Hey, I didn't think about that. Yeah, yeah. Alright, it's settled. We have 5 competitors vying for the title of champion. Tanaka, Matsunaga, Akane. Oh, Akane. Why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I even think about that? Yeah, Akane. Anyway, Akane, Kuranari, and the kid. The kid. But don't you think normal tag will be boring? You're right. Yeah, you're right. How about kick the can? Is something that you also can't do. Sora, you have a good grasp on simple games like this. Not that. Something a little out of the ordinary. We all thought. Oh, and her name is Tsumugi. Tsumudere. Tsumudere. It all works. It all works. And then... Oh well. Tsumugi stood up from her chair sluggishly. She walked briskly toward the center of the room and flipped off the light switch. What are you doing? It's dark. How about that? Satisfied? I'm fed up. Even I'm about to go crazy. Tsumugi shot us a nasty look and left the room. Wasn't she a little happier to us like earlier in the day, though? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I also feel like I'm being gaslit, so it's like I'm not sure. Tsumugi shot us a nasty look and left the room. What was that about? Who knows? Maybe we were talking too much for her. But still, why turn out the lights? What does she mean? What does she mean, even her? She's the only one who's lost it. But she'll be back after a while. Hey, kid, would you mind getting the light? Sure. I went to go switch on the light. Wait. What is it? Since the lights are off, why don't we give the game with them... Why don't we try a game with them off? Like hide and seek, maybe? Wait, no, it's Tsugumi. Yeah, but she's a but she's a soon. She is a soon, I guess. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about it. Huh? We'll play tag. No, let's try something with this. Sara took one of the empty cans from the table. We'll call it Kick the Can in the Dark. Sure. Sure, okay, whatever you want. That sounds cool, does it? Let's go with that. I concur. It's a little bit more exciting than normal tag. Of course, Kuranari's okay with it, right? Whatever. So we unanimously die. I know how to say words. I'm obviously tired. I can't say it. Agreed. Except for Tsumugi to play Kick the Can. We decided who was it using rock, paper, scissors. Ready. Rock, Rochambeau. Damn, I lost. Takashi was out first try. I'm gonna take another sip of water. Alright, so Kuranari is it first. Then it's settled. Good luck. Everybody was grinning at Takashi. Takashi looked about as sorry as it was possible for him to look. Here you go, Takashi. I handed the empty can to him as my voice started to die slowly. Whoa, rock, paper, scissors, but in the dark, it's totally a different game. Look at that. Wow, isn't this so exciting? Somehow, apparently to them, it is. I feel like the game is going to make a point. I mean, for the viewer, I think it's all right because they seem to not be showing every single time that everybody has free time, essentially. But as a viewer, I think it's all right to show these things about like, hey, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna do this and that and the other. We're gonna hang out a little bit because we're getting to know the characters that are in the situation anyway. From a perspective of being in this situation, I feel like the game is making a point of the fact that like, hey, we're trying to avoid the inevitable, right? Which is the fact that like we're avoiding thinking about the fact of like, hey, what if help doesn't come? I mean, you is very gung-ho about it. I think she genuinely believes help will show up. But for the others here, it's like, yeah, but what if they don't? Like, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. So there's a very interesting, like, depressing atmosphere that sort of layers the whole thing, even if the music is generally very happy. Because we can't perceive rock, paper, scissors, so it's like a metaphor for is there an actual for if there's actually a game. It's exactly that. You can hide anywhere as long as it's on the 3rd floor. All right, everyone, let's hide. Oh, so it's not tag. It's hide and seek. Okay. Well, it's tag, hide and seek. Sure. Ready? Wait a second. Takashi held up a hand, hurriedly stopping you from sending everyone off. You, what'd you just say? Let's hide. No, before that. You can hide anywhere on the 3rd floor. Are you serious? Not just the conference room? Obviously not, Takashi. What are you talking about? This room is too small, and there aren't too many places to hide. But the whole 3rd floor? Oh, of course the areas that can't be reached by walking from here are off limits. Same for the emergency corridors and stairs. That's still too big. It's not fair for the person that's it. While he's looking for one person, someone else will definitely kick the can. Ah, okay. Says kick the can, try and find the can, and kick it, essentially. I think it's fine. It's not fine. The game won't work. This is a major problem. Gosh, you sure do complain a lot. Well, he would certainly appear to be at a disadvantage. I will dim the lights on the 3rd floor, but in return, I will make it so that sound carries better. You can do that too? Okay. If sound carries, then you can hear when someone will move across the corridor with water. That it will give a person who is it an advantage. And I will make it so that you will know when people are moving. I will synthesize footsteps and play the sound on the voice converters. Can you also do that for Coco? Okay, sounds good. Oh, but what should I do if I get to the can first? Oh, this is Sora speaking. Sorry. Huh? Oh, that's right. You can't kick the can, obviously. We'd only just noticed. If we played tag, we can only ban Sora from jumping about as an image. Then I'll team up with you. We'll make it so that Sora and I have to be within a meter of each other when we hide and when we are it. So I can kick the can. Okay, let's try that. Okay, thanks. On top of that, we made Sora to promise not to use any bioscan or Limu monitor location to anyone. I thought that would just be a process running in the background, but okay. We made her promise not to do that. Okay. Yeah, that seems fair. That makes it fair then. All right, all set. It looked like everyone was ready. So I'll count. 1, 2, 3. As Takeshi started counting, we dashed out of the conference room. 10:18 p.m. We left the room in a group. Splash, splash, splash. The sound of our footsteps through the water sounded deeper than before. I see. So this is what Sora meant by making the sound carry better. I thought that I'd have to pay attention to which sounds were mine and which were the others. And we'd have to determine which footsteps belonged to the person that was it. But for the person that was it, it's easier because everyone else was the enemy. They'd pretty much negated any advantage we might have had. At least that was what I thought. After we'd run a fair bit. Okay, stop. You, who had been running at the front of the pack, stopped us. What's up? If you don't hide, he'll find you. Don't worry about that, just listen. It appears you have some kind of strategy. Strategy? Yes, exactly right. We'll continue like this, but then we'll just all get If we continue like this, we'll just get all separated and hide. But that increases the chance that we'll lose. But that's the way the game works, isn't it? You're so naive! In games, a man is supposed to want to win. Okay. Aren't you supposed to be a girl, you? I stopped myself from saying that in the nick of time. But there's no guarantee to win, right? There was a character that was like this, somewhere. I can't remember who. I'm thinking of somebody. But it's like... Oh, I'm thinking of, sorry. I was talking about Danganronpa during yesterday's stream. So I'm thinking about, Mahiru in that game. She was certainly something. I don't like characters like that, but otherwise, outside of that one character trait, she was so great. Though she was kind of amazing, honestly, right? There's no guarantee to win, right? Mayo, is that what you really think? You said that as she played with Sada's braids. Well, hurry up and tell us already. Well, think about what you have and what Kuranari doesn't, and you'll get it in a flash. What we have? What Takashi doesn't? Numbers. We are many. Kuranari-san is... Kuranari-san is one. Yes, that's it. I see. I don't get it. I see. I don't get it. I get it. Oh, I get it. We'll try to win by sheer numbers. Yup. If we all mob together, then there's nothing the person that's it can do. So if someone gets found, someone else just kicks the can. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was like an every man for themselves sort of situation. That's more of like that's generally how it goes. But sure, okay. But if the person gets caught, then somebody else kicks the can. That's right. So if we all get there, So if we all get there at once and unleash an attack, Kuronari won't be able to defend, right? Oh, I get it. So after we all split up, let's all aim for the can and charge for the conference room. So it's in the conference room. The can is in the conference room. Okay. I thought Takeshi had to like place it wherever he wanted. Immediately after kicking the can, we'll separate again immediately. By repeating this hidden run, we'll win. But isn't that kind of cheating? Yeah, it kind of sounds like cheating. Not at all. Attacking with overwhelming numbers is a basic military strategy, but we're not in the military. we're trying to have fun. So it's a kind of like violence by the masses. Or a democratic strategy. Whatever, whatever, I don't care. In a democracy, the majority rules. In other words, those with less numbers are weak. Okay. So we separated, I just want to like go until there's music playing here. So we separated and all aimed for the conference room via different routes. But our footsteps sure were loud. Still, if we didn't hurry, Takeshi would find us. I just hoped that there was someone someone would get there and kick the can before he found me. Who is that? Oops. Suddenly, Takeshi's voice rang out behind me. I was so concerned with the sound of my own footsteps that I didn't hear him approach. At that distance, there was no way I could get away. I gave up. Oh no, you caught me. Am I the first one? Yup. Dang. I guess that means if you catch everyone, then I'm it next. I reckon so. I wonder if someone will show up to help me. Takeshi, if you don't go step on the can, then I'll go kick it. You sure know how your kick the can rules. Okay, suddenly a noise? Crash. Suddenly, you came flying from the side and completely sideswiped Takeshi with a jumping cross chop to the neck. Okay, she can also do that. I could have died, why? Takeshi's head had gone underwater. Yu was pointing at the submerged Takeshi and cackling crazily. Floundering in the water, Takeshi stood up. Hey, you! I won this battle. You, stop messing around. Wait. It just occurred to me that Yu sounds very familiar. I don't know if I know her her voice actress. I don't want to get, well, it should be fine. I don't think everyone sounds just distinct enough, but just in case, I don't want to pull up like the behind the voice actors type of thing because I don't want to get spoiled on anything, but like she also sounds incredibly familiar. Hey, stop messing around. Wait. Oh, teehee, I just killed a man and I'm laughing about it. That's the energy that she gives. She's so chaotic. Wait for you to catch me? No thanks. Not you. I'll get back at you for that. Just you wait. Takeshi took off in a mad dash after you. Well, I guess I better go kick the can. I strolled leisurely to the conference room. When I entered the room, I decided to save. I thought for sure during that sequence we were absolutely gonna meet Coco. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just obsessed with her because it's just like, what is your deal? What's going on there? But nope, I guess not. Kid kicked the can, May 2nd. All right. Okay, and with that being said, let's go ahead and return to title. All right, and that was today's session question mark of Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. This one was nice. This one was nice. I don't think I have any real like issues with it. I don't understand like what the game even is that we're playing, honestly. But that's not like an issue or a criticism. I think that it's nice to see like the group like taking some sort of agency, at least, to be like, hey, we're gonna make sure that the power is on now, and like, let's go do this and that and the other, especially because we need Sora, right? So we decide to go do that. And then after that, it's more like bonding and stuff like that. Although I can't tell, I cannot possibly tell what is going on with Tsumugi. And my theory right now with Coco is, again, she's another part of Lemith. Something like that. So I'm not, that's what I'm going with for right now. That's why I wanted to see is like, hey, can we actually hear her footsteps as she's walking? Because we should be able to, speaking of, we shouldn't be able to hear friggin' Sora if she's walking, right? So we also shouldn't be able to hear Coco if she's a real human being, which, I mean, she definitely isn't, right? So I'll tell you one thing about her VA showed up in Thomas and Friends. Thomas and Friends. It's surprising how many Japanese voice actors are in the Japanese voice version of Thomas and Friends. Like, I think there's is friggin', don't quote me on this, but it's like some voice actor like Enoki Junya is in Thomas and Friends, right? Where it's like somebody who can have a very a very different sound, is just like a very punchy sound, rather, is just like in Thomas and Friends and being like, yay, happiness, yay. It's very funny. It's funny how that works. But yes, I don't know. My biggest question right now is Tsumugi. She seems so different from one moment and then so different from the next moment, but maybe it's a matter of just the music, the background music that's playing, right? Whenever she's in a certain scene. Maybe that changed my view on her and now I'm confused. But we'll see. We'll see for next time what happens there. Anything else that needs to be said? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm looking forward to hopping into some more of this game next week. So all I know is that there's a tsundere, a machine that performed eye surgery on me ethically, maybe, and a can. That's also a very good summary of what happened today. That's basically it. So you can trace every successful Japanese VA to Thomas and Friends, Courie Cosmos. True. Oh, add quote. I don't know if do I have add quotes set up? That should be something that I should do, right? I have to check after stream. I don't think I have ad quotes set up. It's like, I don't think it's a bad thing to have quotes every so often for things that are absolutely insane. But isn't it so weird? It's like, it's one thing it's one thing to like, hey, I do, like, why is everyone in Thomas and Friends is what I'm saying. I only do it for the meme, don't worry. No, you're good, you're good. Actually, do I want to? No, I don't want to. Last time with number 7, I looked up the voice actors very early on, and I was gonna be like, and that's when I learned that Kurumi and Haruka have the same voice actress, and I was like, huh, that's weird. Anyway, and I kind of ignored that. But this game is giving me much more to work with, so I'm afraid of spoiling myself on that situation, if there's any situation like that. So I'm not gonna look it up right now, but I'd be interested in seeing. But yes, let me go ahead and look for somebody to raid, if anyone is online. For Twitch, at the very least. Oh, speaking of Danganronpa 2, speaking of Danganronpa, Kirito is playing Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Voice acting with some friends. This has been like a series that he's been doing. It's really fun. He's on chapter 5? Chapter 5, the chapter of all time. There's a very important scene that is likely coming up. So if you don't want spoilers for that, don't watch. But I love the next scene that's about to happen. Based on the thumbnail, at the very least. I love that next scene. So let me go. I want to see Kamada. That's real. That is so real. I miss him. Oh, Danganronpa 2 too. Maybe I wasn't planning on streaming it. Maybe I should stream it. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. But is this correct? It is. Yay! Yippee! We get to watch more Nagito. Let me go over to ending screen and let's go over here. All right. Well, if you are here, thank you so much for joining me. whether it's like for a short time or throughout most of the stream. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. This one was fun. I'll be back with some more of this game next week and some more of 100 Line Last Defense Academy on Sunday, I believe. So I played a game where I play Russian roulette with Kveda. He kicked me in the he kicked my ass. No, like, it's crazy, man. Why does he do that? Why does he, yeah, just like put in like 5 different bullets, like it will be fine. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? But yes, have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time it is. Bye bye, goodbye everyone.